What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? See, y'all getting this a little bit later than y'all usually do because Ashley had to at least tune in to at least most of the verses that went on between Miss Gladys Knight and Miss Patti LaBelle. And baby, it was the most auntie-ish, the most grandma-ish. Like, I really felt like I should have been sitting down there with a plate of soul food and patty pie and some banana pudding that Miss Gladys Knight was cooking or whatever in her little promo. It was so much love. The vibe was just everything. And then they started fucking up the music. And then I clicked off. Okay, I'm going to be quite honest. I clicked off after that. I'm going to click back on to see what's going on. But for the most part, it was beautiful. If you saw it, put it down in the comments if you want to talk about it. But baby, that was beautiful. But anyway, let's get into like, that was so much talent. So much talent. No hate. All the love. Oh my God. It's just the way that I wish Brandy and Monica's would have been. I wish they would have had that type of connection had they not let people get into their ears and the drama between them get big and stuff like that. Oh my God. It would have been beautiful. And Gladys and Patty kind of called their asses out too. Okay, but we ain't on here for that. But anyway, Real Housewives of Potomac season 5. Episode, girl, what episode is this? Episode 7, Fireballs and Firepits. Okay, so we still at the lake house. I'm ready for them to leave. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna leave this episode. We get started where we left off last week with them at the crab shack, and girl, the mustard is the poop. Let me tell you something. Don't come for me, but listen, if I'm going to eat some crab, take that shit out the shell. Don't give me the face. I can crack the legs open and stuff like that, but do not give me the face because I'm not going to touch it. Do not give me shrimps with the face on it because I'm not going to touch it. Do not put a fucking whole ass fish with the face and the eyes and the mouth looking dead at me. Do not do that because Ashley will not touch it. I'm that type of person. You're going to have to touch it for me, crack it open and put it down in there. Give me the meat up out of there, but Ashley will not put her hands on that, okay? I'm just that type of girl. Can't do crawfish because I'm not going to touch that shit. I'm not about to touch it. You can crack it open and put it on there for me, and then we'll see what's going to happen. But other than that, I'm not touching the face. I'm not touching the head. I'm not touching none of that, okay? It's just a little thing that I get. It just makes me, whoo, you know what I'm saying? I got this thing about texture. That's what it is. But and things looking at me. No, I just can't do it. But moving on, so at this point, Monique trying to see if everybody's cool. We ready to go home. How is everything doing with Michael? Of course Ashley says everything's okay. Giselle gives Candace the eye to go ahead and bring up the subject about Michael and this whole thing. This text message situation, and we already know, if you didn't know, Michael and Ashley, they are going to be together forever. She's knocked up again. I shouldn't say it like that because that just sounds so, ugh. They're pregnant again. You know what I'm saying? So they're due in February next year. So congratulations to them. I remember when Ashley had to beg that man for a baby, and now y'all on baby number 2. Okay, secure the bag, Ashley. Secure the bag. But anyway, moving on from that, Candace and Giselle was like, can we talk to you separately, privately? And at this point, Giselle says she learned her lesson, how she's supposed to approach stuff with Ashley, do shit privately or whatever, out of the sake of friendship and stuff like that. Okay, cool. So everybody's getting ready to go. They go home. And they finally get in the house. They having this whole bout with the bugs that's up in there. It was like a bee that was in the house. And what gets me is I understand that Candace and Monique got issues with each other. Baby Dean up there crying and everything. I understand that they got issues with each other, but Candace, all the shades and the shots that y'all throwing at each other in a confessional, especially about you, talking about her being fake and you up in this lake house in the middle of nowhere and all that stuff. Girl, if you did not want to be there, why did you show up? Okay, you did not have to show up. You could have put it in your contract that you did not want to show up. Okay, and it would have been understandable. It would have been much more real. Truth be told, you're being fake as well. You want to call Monique fake? She got some fake tendencies. We all know, we all see. But baby, you got fake shit too, because ain't no way in hell if I'm feeling some type of way about a person, I'm not going to be all up in their place. I'm not going to be all up in their face until we figure out the situation, okay? So you being a little fake too. So let's stop calling the fakeness unless we're going to talk and say both of y'all being fake, And so Monique want to take Wendy and what's her name? Karen them, they gonna be outside and Robin trying to do little fire pits and stuff like that, trying to make some s'mores, and Giselle and Candace trying to get Ashley to come down, but she up there trying to put baby Dean down. He was up there crying, and she eventually does. Monique had came in there. They trying to distract themselves and trying to make it seem like, they doing some stuff or whatever. Monique, she wasn't necessarily trying to get into their business. She came in there to get the graham crackers and the stuff for the fire pit or whatever. But of course they tried to make it like she was up in their business and being nosy. But I would have asked what's going on too, since everybody else has moved outside. Why y'all sitting out here? But she let them do what they had to do. And then, Ashley finally comes downstairs and, Giselle opened up the floor and was basically like, listen, out of respect for what y'all got going on, Candace was brought some information to me, and she don't want nothing to happen because y'all in a good place. And, we just felt that it was better to just go ahead and show you these text messages and stuff about what's going on, because a friend of hers sent her something, just read it, start reading it from the bottom, and she started reading it, and I was just like, okay, we'll see how she reacts to this. Truth be told, I don't think she'll be surprised by it. So then, Ashley continues to read the text messages, and she is not as shocked that you would think like, oh my God, my husband is out here doing this. I can't believe it, because she's been through this all before. Candace even mentioned it in her, confessional, like she doesn't seem too shocked to me. Maybe this is what they got going on. She been through it before. She know how her husband is. And I truly feel, to be quite honest, they probably not going to put their business all the way out on TV. But I truly feel, because all this stuff keep on coming up and Ashley keeps saying it ain't just the money. It's the fact that they probably got an arrangement. And that's just what goes down. Sometimes that's what happens in marriages. You have arrangements to do this, and you can do this on this time, and I can do whatever I want or whatever. I don't know. That's what it feel like. They got some type of arrangement. She is aware of his proclivities, okay, for whatever might go on in their marriage or whatever, because this same situation keeps popping up about him and other men and stuff like that. And who knows, who cares at this point, they was asking her, do you ask him questions? Like, I know you probably asked him direct questions. Y'all, Deion Sanders came on. Not Deion Sanders, Dionne Warwick, okay? That's what friends are for. That was cute. I had to pause it so I could watch it. Oh my God, versus. Beautiful, beautiful. Girl, happy to hear y'all aunties and grandmas was up here sitting here watching his verses. Okay, y'all had to do some tech work tonight. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, so, she was like, I know you ask direct questions, but do you ask like indirect questions? Ashley was like, I asked everything. There was this one time that, she said, she was like, I check everything. I check emails. I check phones. I sniff drawers. I said, baby, what I won't be doing is sniffing drawers, okay? If you get to the point where I got to sniff and see why is your panty so freaking wet or whatever? Why is it a little hard because you wet? I know how it get when you wet, you know what I'm saying, and it dries up or whatever. Why is it a little crusty right there? And that ain't pee, okay? It don't smell like urine. What's going on? I ain't got time for that. Who was you playing around with, or who had you playing with yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. And then she probably smelling pee stains and everything and looking at skid marks. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not finna go after no grown ass person and see if they cheating on me, bitch. If I got the suspicion, I'm just gonna fucking leave at this point, because obviously something is up, and then come to find out he was going to the strip clubs and stuff, because at one point she smelled some perfume on him that was from another woman, because he went to strip clubs while she was pregnant, told him don't do it no more. So he said he didn't do it no more. And she made sure to say while she was pregnant. So, that is beautiful. It's over with. So, that wound up happening, and, she just wanted to know, was it a credible source? And she thanked Candace and said she respect her for giving her the information the way that she gave her the information, and they not going, Giselle and them just want her to check up, on it with her man, and they can keep that between themselves. You don't have to come back and tell us what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to tell Karen and them or whatever that's going on, so they go outside. finally. And you know, Karen, like, you left your homegirl out here, Giselle. They stayed out there for a good couple of minutes or whatever before they left, because Giselle about to go back to New York for her literary award, you know, that she has to go to, you know, the thing that she has to go to. You know, her and Robin go back to the house, and, you know, they playing in the room and all that stuff. Fine, whatever. Meanwhile, you got Karen, Monique. Ashley went up to sleep with the baby. Karen, Monique, and Wendy and Candace are sitting there getting drunk. Okay, they getting sloshed. They smoking weed without the CBD, you know. And at this point, Karen was like, nah, I don't smoke all that stuff. That's why I look so good. I'm so natural. Okay, you may say I got an old vagina, but my vagina is moist. She let us know that she got an old ass wop. Okay, we didn't need to know that. Okay, you need to remind Ray that you got that. You know what I'm saying? That's who needs the reminder, because, you know, y'all seem like y'all ain't doing nothing, just like Wendy said. But Wendy was like, everybody is drunk at this point. Karen started talking about her marriage. She was like, you know, being a 56-year-old businesswoman married to this powerful businessman, you know, a lot of the stuff, you got to be in a relationship and be on the one accord or whatever, because he put a lot of burden on me, which is taking a lot of mess on our relationship. It's putting a lot of strain on our relationship, on our marriage right now. You know, that tax problem that we had, I had to put up half my money to help us stay afloat, okay? And I want to return on my investment. Like, give me my money back, shit, okay? You know, and she was like, she switched subjects. At this point, I just want everybody to be all good. And I really pray that I wake up and y'all wake up and everything between you two, Candace and Monique, is all good. Is everything really good with y'all? Girl, hell no, everything ain't really good with them. And you can tell by the vibe, okay? And Monique said, listen, I ain't even trying to do all this. All I don't want no heavy conversation. I just want to drink, get high, whatever, and just, you know, have a little kiki here and there. That's it. And that's how they ended the night. I said, all right, well, that's how you change the subject without answering. You answered the question without answering it. Okay, that says a lot. Y'all ain't good, and we all know it. So it's the next day. Chris, he shows up, and of course, the first thing he asking about is where the breakfast at, and you got Monique and this damn bird. But what I don't understand, okay, listen. Everybody wake up, you know, Giselle is gone or whatever. Everybody's coming around. We find out that Juan is not going to be there because he has a football game that he has to coach. Of course, Michael is not going to be there because he just doesn't like the girls at this point, you know, because of all the stuff that just happened, you know, towards. Mostly, he just trying to avoid them. He really don't fuck with them like that. So that's just what it is. Understandable. But, you know, as everybody, you know, reliving about what happened last night, of course, Monique talking about some damn Karen, you really lit, you got lit last night. And also, Monique told Wendy the night before when they was at the fire pit, she was like, girl, I really thought that you was older than me, and it was because of your maturity and all that stuff. I was like, that was really random, but okay, you know, Wendy took it in stride because she says she gets that a lot. So, okay, cool, you know. They sitting down there at the table, and all of a sudden the conversation get turned away from, you know, what's been going on. Why was it that the girls was in the house for an hour, whatever, and not coming out there to the fire pit with everybody else? And, you know, you was in the house for a whole hour, and it was like, you know, what is it? That's kind of disrespectful to do some stuff like that. And I'm sitting here looking at Monique like, okay, I understand that you feel some type of way, but they did say that they needed to talk. Did they tell her that they needed to talk to Ashley for a minute? But it wasn't like they were trying to do it on purpose to be malicious and try to disrespect your home and try to, you know, keep you out of stuff. It was just that it was a situation that needed to be handled in private so that it won't blow up. And they was trying to avoid everything that just happened. And Candace, I was on Candace's side at this point because, you know, Candace was, you know, rolling her eyes, and you can tell she was frustrated because I got frustrated at the same time. You know, I eventually came out there though. So you getting upset at that? You already knew that something was going on. Obviously, it was something that wasn't the whole group. It wasn't a whole group activity. And eventually I said I would be out there. So why are you getting so upset right about now? And I just felt like she was just picking a reason to be upset with Candace. And I just wasn't really here for it. Okay. And I was on Robin's side too. And she was like, that's not a reason to, you know, come at her and to come down on Candace. And, the way that she was trying to say it was like, you was just trying to, this is something that she always do. She's trying to get involved in somebody's marriage and stuff like that, and I don't feel like that's what she was trying to do, because she called her out, on the situation, why they wasn't in there. And then it came to a point where Ashley had to say, well, no, it was because they had something that they wanted to respectfully tell me, which they did, about where Michael was and his whereabouts and stuff like that. And I understand where Monique is coming from, where like, why are you butting in people's business? But if the information was given to her, what is she supposed to do with it? She's supposed to just sit down and not say nothing, and then it pops up, and then what if Ashley finds out that she knew about this and she didn't tell her and give her a heads up? We don't know how she would react. So the best thing to do at this point is to go ahead and just get it out the way and say it in a respectful way. I'm not coming at you. I don't know what's going on with your stuff. I just want to let you know that this information was given to me, and I just needed to get this off my conscience, because I'm the type of person that if something was given to me like that, baby, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to let it keep going around and hold it in, and being around you, knowing that I know something about, somebody that's close to you or whatever that's doing something, or let the information get to this person, and they twisting it or whatever. No, I'm going to just tell it to you so it can be dead right there, and you can take care of it however you want to take care of it. Monique, oh, why people got to be up in people's marriages? Then we do this last year and all this stuff. I said, bitch, what you had? Listen, Monique, girl, you got to stop it, okay? You are showing your slip at this point, and I'm not understanding it, okay? If you don't want nobody all up in your shit or whatever, just shut up. Just shut up and let them do what they got to do, because they did not disrespect you, to be quite honest. They did. I don't see where the disrespect came in. Explain to me in the comments if you feel like, Monique was right to feel the way that she did. I felt like she was doing way too much. I felt like it was a reason for her to put, oh, this is another reason why I don't want to fuck with Candace or whatever, in her little checkbox and all that stuff. And I just don't understand. Like, I get that y'all not cool, but it's like you're making the beef unnecessary, and, like you having moments that you unnecessarily pissed off at her just to be pissed off, and I'm not understanding it, and like Robin said, it feels like you don't want nobody to gossip because you don't want nobody to gossip about your marriage and the stuff that you probably was doing. Because, baby, the shit in your stuff ain't clean either, according to the rumors in the street, about you and your trainer. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Y'all put down in the comments what y'all feel about this situation. Do you feel like Monique had a right to be pissed off and say the things that she said? Or do you feel like she was overreacting and Candace didn't have no other motive but to tell Ashley what was going on and to be done with the situation? Put it down in the comments. All comments are welcome. So the rest of the men get there. Michael, is his name Chris? No, Chris, white Chris. Girl, I'm about to say, no, his name is not that. Chris, and first of all, let me tell you something. Candace Chris got more swag than she do, okay? For a white man, he got swag. Like, he got swag. The way he pulled up in that hoodie and them sweatpants and all that stuff, I said, little daddy, I see your little flavor, whatever. That stuff probably, it's probably cost a lot. But then again, it's Chris. He probably brought it from Walmart. But baby, you made it look like it was worth at least a couple of $100, both of them. You know what I'm saying? I said, Chris, do that shit, bitch. I mean, it was cute or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going through some stuff or whatever. But, he did that. He pulled off that simple shit. After seeing Wendy's husband come in with his little cardigan sweater on, he pulled that off too. I was like, all right, the men's is looking nice, okay? Big Kristen came in there with his little tracksuit on and everything. I was like, you know what? I probably could fit that. Where you shop and get your clothes from? All right. But anyway, so enough of that. The men's come there. Everybody's saying hello, whatever. They letting them know about Karen getting a little bit lit at the fire pit. Wendy was telling Robin this or whatever. And at this point, I don't know who said anything to Karen when Karen came out there, and they was like, hey, Karen, because Karen gave Wendy's husband a hug or whatever. And then somebody was like, hey, Karen. But we saw how Wendy's face was looking. I ain't going to say Wendy was the one that said, hey, Karen. But then, Robin tried to say Karen, like, I heard you got lit at the the fire pit. You drank the fireball and all this stuff. And Karen was like, what are you talking about? I said, Karen, girl, what are you talking about? Why are we acting like we don't don't know what happened last night. But okay, if we want to play nonchalant, we gonna play nonchalant. And then she go back up in the house because Monique, girl, Monique came out there with some Danishes that she heated up. Okay. The Kristen took the fellas out into the house and said, we're going to do some man stuff, football on and all that stuff. Fine. And I would have did the same thing. I would have went right back there with them. Okay. I would just sit there. The girls is outside and it stirs up this whole thing again, you know, cause they was talking about how, oh, this whole time make me want to have a fire pit and all stuff in my backyard or whatever. And here go Monique. Yeah, see, that's what I was trying to do, you know, and that's why I was in my feelings or whatever about this whole situation, about all y'all not being there, whatever, and blah, 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 blah. Going back into this whole situation about the fact that Candace and Giselle and Ashley were not there for an hour, or they probably exaggerated the time or whatever. And most of the time that, and you also have to remember the fact that Ashley was up there spending most of the time trying to put Dean to sleep. So you upset at her because she was putting the baby to sleep too? That's what most of her time went. Candace and Giselle was waiting on her for that. And, you know, her whole thing is, all you had to do was let me know that it was something that you really wanted to talk to her about in personal or whatever, and I would have understood. Girl, it ain't your business. You just wanted to be up in your business. Now, see, Monique, girl, your exterior and your whatever is cracking, and I'm not liking it right about now. Like, you doing way too much. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all can like the girl. I like the girl too, but I can call people out when they doing too fucking much. You are doing too much, okay? Why are you, and like Wendy said, it feels like, you know, you're not taking it out on all three people. You're taking it out directly on Candace, and it is what you're doing. You're taking it out on Candace. Candace was fed up, and, you know, Wendy kept on, and Wyman kept on saying, well, she apologized. She apologized for missing the whole thing. She apologized. And Monique just kept going on this tirade. Like, girl, let it the fuck go. It's not going to come back. You can't do a do-over at this point. You won't allow it to do a do-over. Just admit that you really don't fuck with the girl. You want her out your house, and that's why you're targeting her. It felt like you were targeting her. And I hate to say that, but that's what it felt like, girl. You know? And then it was like, well, they asked her something about Candace, and, you know, Monique wouldn't even answer it, and she went back up in the house too. And I'm sitting here like, girl, why did you invite her? Candace, why did you accept the invitation? It would not be me. This is why I could not do reality TV, because I cannot be fake. I cannot be fake, and both of them are being fake and fed up with each other. They are trying to be cordial for the most part, but baby, I cannot do that. If I don't mess with you and I feel some type of way about you, please don't put me in your vicinity at all. I don't need to be on your property. I don't need to go to any of your events or anything like that. Don't do it, and trust and believe I will not feel away. If we're in the midst of fighting, I will not feel away. Trust me. Because I wouldn't invite you to my shit. And I will hope that you don't feel away. I hope you will understand that, bitch, we ain't friends right now. So therefore, I don't need your support right now. You know what I'm saying? Girl, it was just a mess. I'm just sitting here like, Monique, calm that shit down. And Wendy said it's like underlying issues with Candace and her, which we all know, and they need to just go ahead and address that shit. That's what we are waiting for. Address it and get it over with. Pull the bitch hair, get kicked off the show, whatever needs to happen, do it and shut the fuck up. So the men are inside talking about, you know, their wives and the fact that Monique want Chris to get a vasectomy, and they talking about their nuts and stuff. I was like, wait a minute, are we really hearing this? I mean, I guess they say pussy on here, so they can say nut, I guess. So, you know, they talking about that mess. The women are, you know, Ashley trying to get Dean situated, everybody else getting situated or whatever. Chris got a little surprise for Monique. Candace, she in her feelings. It's understandable. Truth be told, I thought I was really gonna be 100% on Monique's side, but listen, you know, I could put my my feelings to the side and be like, listen, if I was Candace, I would have been ready to get the fuck up out of there too. Okay, first of all, Ashley wouldn't have came, but yeah, I would have been ready to get out of there. But you know, her situation is a little bit difficult because both the Chris's are really good friends, so she just got to suck it up at this point, you know. And so when they were surprising Monique with some edible arrangements, that's what it looked like, and some flowers and balloons and food or whatever. Candace was, when they were sitting there singing happy birthday, Candace was standing there just like this. Girl, that would have been me. Okay, that would have been me. You ain't finna get a hat or happy out of it, okay? You ain't finna get a, huh, girl, you ain't finna get nothing out of me. I'm finna stand there. What you want me to do? And, you know, they asked where Candace was, and at one point, Monique said, I think she gone, because we got into an argument, she probably upstairs packing, and she popped up, she was like, no, I'm not, I'm right here. And I was like, okay, good, be a good sport, I guess, you know. At one point, Karen taking Ray, because Ray popped up as well, taking Ray into the room or whatever, because she's saying that she didn't feel too well. You know, she's feeling dizzy. She don't know what's going on. Girl, you hung over. Okay, that's all that it is. You hung over. She couldn't eat nothing. She got her ginger ale. Y'all know how black people feel about ginger ale. We feel like ginger ale will cure any and everything. Get ginger ale and some goddamn vapor rub, and baby, everything will be all to the good. Okay, that's our remedy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they get into their situation. They talking about asking Wendy and her husband, you know, how did they meet? And we get some little backstory. Now, correct me if I'm wrong and fill it in, because for some reason I couldn't really follow. All I got out of the situation was it's pretty messed up, and I feel bad for both of them because, you know, they met when they were 17, and I already could tell that it was some type of issues going on between the families because of when they played that clip back of what Wendy's mother said about, you know, Nigerian born people or whatever, their lost souls and stuff like that. I didn't like that, and I kind of felt like that was going to come back up, and it did, as to the reason why, you know, Wendy's family does not get along, at least the mother does not get along with his mother. And they already had some issues before they got together. Like, they was cool when they were 17 years old, and they started dating, and then they got together. Finally, they got engaged, they got married, and then it was some issues on his family's part of the the mother really just didn't like Wendy's mom, and you know, she was telling us how Wendy's mom is a chief of the Nigerian women's or whatever, something like that. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but it was a lot of stuff. Basically, it comes down to a lot of disrespect that was going on between the mothers, and you know, so of course the husbands or whatever got to take their wives' side, and you know, and his mother and people didn't even come to his wedding. And it came to a point where, you know, his mother basically told the friends and family, if you support this wedding, you know, and you show up, you're not going to be friends and cool with us no more. And, you know, Karen was talking about everybody was basically talking about they need to mend those fences and everything and get that together. And, you know, of course, Chris want to pull out the Bible verse, you know, you got to love thy mother and father. But that's true. But your father and your mama got to give you respect too. And they got to, you know, give that love as well. And sometimes they got to earn that shit too. Okay. But I think that was totally messed up. And she was like, I don't know if I can ever forgive her because I'm the one that's at home with him drying his tears when he's going through his bout, when he talking about that. He said the mama ain't seen the grandbaby yet, barely know the other two grandsons, you know. And I said that is messed up, and she had prime opportunity to do so. I was like, that's crazy, you know. Of course, Chris had to talk about when Monique and his mama went through their stuff and they made up. But, you know, to clear the air and to lighten the mood, they came up with a whole new little game or whatever to imitate the wives, the husbands to imitate the wives. And everybody was doing a good job. And then here come Chris, Big Chris, basically trying to make fun of the way that Monique, you know, gives head. And I was with whoever said it, was it Wendy or whoever that said the first thing that you do is you go and talk about her fellatio, the way that she gets fellatio. You got to do better, okay? You got to do better. But for the most part, everybody was having a nice time. So everybody's getting ready to leave, you know, and I'm just going to speed this up because who cares? Everybody's getting ready to leave, but when it comes time for, you know, Candace to say goodbye to Monique or whatever, all of a sudden Monique is asleep. I don't feel like she was asleep. She was faking that shit, but whatever. Being a little petty, but okay. You know, fast forward, and it said 24 hours later, you know, Ashley in the car with baby Dean, and, you know, she calls Michael And he was like, well, I'm on lunch reviewing a document. Okay, well, I'm just calling to, check in or whatever, Okay, well, I'm on lunch. I'm reviewing a document. Okay, you don't have to keep on saying that you're on lunch reviewing a document or whatever. He was like, but you just caught me off guard. Who does that? When I'm in a relationship with somebody, I wouldn't mind, especially if we on a good front. If we on a good front, I want you to call and hit me up and send me little text messages throughout the day and be like, baby, I was thinking about you or whatever. I'm just checking in and seeing how you doing, how your day going and all that stuff. That's cute to me, okay? Do that clingy shit to me. And that ain't even clingy. That's just being lovey-dovey if y'all in that place. So why do you have a problem with her calling you and saying that, and then you saying that you was caught off guard because your wife called? What if something was going on with the baby? You would be caught off guard. Girl, anyway, Michael, stop it, okay? As she said, she talked to him about what went on. He only said that, yeah, he went to the strip club and there was some girl that was still trying to talk to him or whatever. That things between her and him got heated. He didn't tell her the whole exact truth or everything that was told to her in the text messages. And that, they slept in separate rooms. She slept in the bedroom. He slept in the kids' room, the baby's room. Then it said 1 hour later, we get Giselle asked, oh yeah, she won her literary award. I don't know how she won against Eric Jerome Dickey, okay, bomb urban fiction writer. I love him, one of my favorite authors too. And Brenda Hampton. I said, what? How? But okay. And she was talking to Candace, talking about some girl. I got like 40 DMs. I wake up to like 40 DMs in my inbox about Michael pictures being seen. So many blogs, headlines talking about some he cheated and everything. Everybody's like, you are from Maryland. Everybody in Maryland know what you look like, okay? You can't go nowhere and do this stuff without getting caught. Everybody's gonna have a phone and stuff or whatever, especially when this has been going on with you forever, Michael. And like Karen said, it's clear that Michael is out here doing somebody, but it ain't Ashley, okay? Hey, I don't think they will mess up their marriage just to keep on putting these fake ass rumors out here, whatever. Like, it's every season. Every freaking season. But that was the Real Housewives of Potomac. You guys tell me how you feel about it. I gave y'all a long review to make up for the fact that I was late. But anyway, you guys tell me how you feel. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.